It's 11 p.m. Your phone glows on the desk. Notifications stack up. One more email, one more text. A friend's name pops up. Hey, can you help me with something real quick? You sigh. You're tired. You've been helping all day. A coworker with a deadline. A family member with a problem. Even a stranger online who asked for advice. But this friend? You helped them last week and the week before. All you got back was a K. No thanks, no follow-up, just nothing. Your chest tightens. Why does this feel so heavy? Why does helping sometimes leave you empty? You sit back. The room is quiet, but your mind isn't. It's racing, replaying every moment you said yes when you wanted to say no. Every time you gave your energy to someone who didn't value it. You're not angry. Not really. Just tired. Tired of carrying weight that isn't yours. Tired of pouring yourself into people who let it spill. What if the kindest thing you could do for yourself is to stop? Not stop caring, not stop helping, but stop helping the wrong people. Stoicism, it's not about shutting off your heart. It's about guarding it. Seneca said, life is short. Guard your time, your energy, your peace. They're not infinite. Every moment you give to someone who doesn't value it is a moment you can't give to someone who does, or to yourself. Picture your energy like water in a cup. You can pour it out, but if the cup they hold has holes, it's gone, and you're left with less. Less for you, less for the people who truly need it. This isn't about being selfish. It's about being wise, knowing where your kindness lands, knowing who takes it, and who lets it slip away. There are people out there, people you meet every day, who will drain you, not because they're evil, but because they're stuck. Stuck in patterns that pull you in and leave you muddy. Stoicism teaches us to see those patterns, to pause, to choose, to ask, is this worth my peace? Today, we're walking through 8 types of people. 8 patterns. 8 moments where your instinct to help might be pulling you off balance. Not to judge them, not to push them away, but to protect what's yours. Your mind, your calm, your ability to breathe in a world that's always asking for more. Have you ever felt stretched too thin, like you're giving and it's never enough? If that sounds familiar, stay with me. Let's find a way to stop, to breathe, to choose. If you've ever felt your kindness stretched too thin, leave a sign below, a comment, a number, anything. Not to make this channel grow, but to help this reach someone else who needs a quiet moment, just like you. Let's start with the first type, the ungrateful. Picture this. You're at work. It's late, the office is empty, but you're still there, helping a coworker finish a project. You don't have to, but you do. You stay an extra hour, 2. You share ideas, fix mistakes. The project gets submitted. It's a hit. But when the boss praises the work, your name's not mentioned. Not a word. You check your messages. Maybe a thank you? Nothing. Just silence. Or worse, a quick cool like it was nothing. Your stomach twists. Not because you want a medal, but because it hurt. That moment when your effort, your time, feels invisible. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do good for its own sake." And that's true. We don't help to get applause. But gratitude, it's not about ego, it's about connection. A simple nod, a thank you that says, I see you. The ungrateful don't give that. They take, they move on, and they leave you wondering why you bothered. It's not just one moment, it's a pattern. They ask again and again. Each time you give, each time they take. No acknowledgement, no growth. Just more asking, why does this matter? Because your energy isn't endless. Every hour you give to someone who doesn't see it is an hour you can't give to someone who does, or to yourself. The ungrateful don't just take your time. They chip away at your trust in kindness, your trust in connection. Over time, you start to feel like a machine, dispensing help, getting nothing back, not even a glance. Pause for a second. Think of someone in your life, someone you've helped, maybe a friend, a coworker, a family member? Did they ever say thank you? Not just words. But really mean it? Or did they act like it was owed? Like your help was just expected? If it's the second, that's the pattern. The ungrateful don't learn. They don't grow. They just keep taking. And you're left with less. Less energy. Less patience. Less peace. Stoicism isn't about cutting people off. It's about seeing clearly. Epictetus said, "Focus on what you can control. You can't control their gratitude, but you can control where you place your effort." Next time they ask, pause. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? If the answer's no, step back. Not out of anger, not out of spite, but out of wisdom. Your kindness is a gift. Save it for those who see it. In today's world, the ungrateful are everywhere. That friend on social media who always needs a favor. Can you read my script? Can you share my post? You do it. They don't even like your reply. Or that client who expects you to work weekends then pays late without a word. These moments add up. They're small cuts, but they bleed you dry. Stoicism says, stop pouring water into a broken cup. Find the ones who hold it, who value it, who grow because of it. That's where your kindness belongs. Now, the second type, the lazy. You know this person. They're stuck. Not because life's unfair, not because they can't, but because they won't. Imagine a friend. Every time you talk, they're complaining. Their job sucks. Their apartment's a mess. They're broke. You listen. You care. So you offer ideas. Maybe try a new resume? There's a course online for that skill. Here's a budget app I use. They nod. They say, yeah, good idea. But weeks later, nothing's changed. Same complaints. Same excuses. I didn't have time. It's too hard. I'll do it later. You feel it. That quiet frustration. Not at them, at yourself. Why do you keep trying? Marcus Aurelius said, if you waste your time, you'll never get it back. Time. It's the one thing you can't replace. The lazy don't just waste their own. They waste yours. They lean on you. They ask for help. Not to grow, not to change, but to stay comfortable, to stay still. You become their crutch, their shortcut. And every step you take for them is a step they never learn to take. Why does this drain you? Because you're not just giving advice. You're giving hope. Hope that they'll move. Hope that they'll try. But when they don't, that hope turns to weight. You start to feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill, alone. The lazy don't want to climb. They want you to carry them. And the more you do, the heavier it gets. Think about your life. Maybe it's a coworker. They miss deadlines. You cover for them. You fix their work. They promise to do better, but they don't. Or a roommate. They leave dishes in the sink. You clean up. They say they'll pitch in, but they don't. Each time you help, you're not helping them grow. You're helping them stay. Stay lazy. Stay stuck. And you're left with less energy, less time, less patience. Epictetus said, each person is responsible for their own actions. You can't make someone move. You can't make them care. You can offer a hand, but they have to reach for it. Next time they ask, pause. Ask, are they ready to act, or am I carrying their weight? If they're not ready, step back, not to punish them, but to protect your time. Your time is yours. Don't let it slip through your fingers. In our world, laziness hides in plain sight. That freelancer who asks for your contacts, but never follows up. That friend who wants you to edit their portfolio, but won't learn the software. Social media's full of them. People posting about their hustle, but never starting. Stoicism says, don't push a car with no engine. Save your strength for those who drive, who try, who move. That's where your energy belongs. The third type, the irresponsible. You've met them. They make promises they don't keep. They take risks that hurt others. And when it all falls apart, they shrug. Not my fault. Picture a relative. They call you. They need money. Again, just this once, they say. You send it. You trust them. Then you hear they spent it on something reckless. A new phone. A trip. Not the rent they promised to pay. You're not mad about the money, you're mad about the LIE, the broken trust, the weight of their choices on your shoulders. Seneca said, "We learn not from words, but from the results of our actions." Consequences teach. They shape us, but the irresponsible, they dodge them, they run. And when you help, you catch them, you shield them, you think you're saving them, but you're not. You're delaying their lesson. You're letting them stay reckless. And you're left cleaning up the mess. Why does this hurt? Because trust matters. When you help someone, you're not just giving time. You're giving belief. Belief that they'll do better, that they'll learn. But the irresponsible don't. They repeat the same mistakes. They break the same promises. And each time, you lose a little more trust, a little more hope. You start to feel like a firefighter, always putting out their flames. Think about it. Maybe it's a friend who drives too fast. You bail them out after a ticket. They laugh it off. It's just one time, but it's not. Or a coworker who misses meetings. You cover for them. They promise to show up. They don't. Each time you help, you're not fixing the problem. You're enabling it. You're saying, it's okay to be reckless. But it's not. Not for them. Not for you. Stoicism says, let consequences teach. Epictetus said, don't carry what's not yours. You can't control their choices, but you can control yours. Next time they ask, pause. Ask, am I helping them grow or just delaying their lesson? If it's the second, step back. Not to judge them, not to abandon them, but to let life do its work. Consequences are the best teacher. Let them learn. Today, the irresponsible are all around us. That client who ignores your invoice, then begs for more work. That friend who borrows your stuff and returns it broken. Social media is full of them. People who post about their mistakes but never change. Stoicism says, don't build a house on sand. Save your effort for those who stand on solid ground, who own their choices, who grow from them. That's where your help belongs. The fourth type, the manipulators. They're subtle. They don't ask directly. They nudge, they guilt, they twist. Imagine a friend. They text you late. I'm in a bad spot. Can you help? Their voice trembles. You feel it. That tug on your heart. You drop everything. You listen. You fix. But later, you notice something. They're fine. They always are. But when you need them, silence. Or excuses. Sorry, I'm busy. You realize they didn't need help. They needed control. Epictetus said, don't let others pull the strings of your mind. Manipulators do exactly that. They play on your kindness, your empathy. They make you feel like saying no is cruel, but it's not. Saying no is freedom. Freedom from their game. Freedom to choose where your heart goes. When you help a manipulator, you're not helping. You're handing them the keys. To your time, to your peace, to your mind. Why does this exhaust you? Because it's not just one favor. It's a cycle. They pull you in. They make you feel needed. Then they vanish. You're left wondering, was it real? Did I matter? The manipulator doesn't care about your help. They care about winning, about keeping you close, but never equal. Over time, you start to lose yourself, your clarity, your strength. Think of someone, maybe a co-worker. They flatter you. You're so good at this. Can you handle it? You do. They take the credit. Or a partner. They say, if you loved me, you'd do this. You do, they ask again. Each time you give. Each time they take. You're not helping them grow. You're feeding their power. And you're losing yours. Stoicism says, guard your mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your thoughts, not others' actions. You can't stop their manipulation, but you can stop playing along. Next time they nudge, pause, ask, is this help or am I being played? If it's the second, step back, not to hurt them, but to save yourself. Your empathy is a gift. Don't let it be a weapon. In our world, manipulators thrive. That influencer who begs for your support, then ignores you. That friend who always needs a quick favor, but never returns it. Social media's their playground. They post sob stories. They pull heartstrings. Stoicism says, see the strings, cut them, save your kindness for those who meet you as equals, who give as much as they take. That's where your heart belongs. We're halfway through. Take a breath. You're here. That means something. You're looking for clarity, for calm, for a way to navigate a world that's always asking for more. Let's keep going. The next type, the chronic critics. You know them. Nothing's ever good enough. You pour your heart into something, a project, a post, a conversation, and they find the flaw. Always. Imagine a colleague. You share an idea in a meeting. You've worked hard. You're proud. They lean back, smirk. It's okay, but you missed this. Or, why didn't you do it this way? No praise, no help, just judgment. You feel it, that sting. Not because they're wrong, but because they didn't even try to see you. Marcus Aurelius said, you don't need to answer every critic. Chronic critics don't want to help, they want to tear down. They don't offer solutions, they don't build. They just point at what's wrong, at what's missing. Why? Because it makes them feel bigger. When they criticize, they're not looking at you, they're looking at themselves, their doubts, their fears, their insecurity. Why does this drain you? Because it's not just one comment, it's a pattern. Every time you try, they judge. Every time you share, they pick. You start to doubt yourself, your work, your worth. You start to wonder, am I enough? The chronic critic doesn't want you to grow. They want you to shrink, to match their smallness. And the more you help them, the more you invite their poison. Think about it. Maybe it's a friend. You share a dream. I'm starting a side hustle. They roll their eyes. Good luck with that. Or a boss. You finish a task. They focus on the one typo, not the effort, not the result. Each time you help, you're not lifting them up. You're giving them a stage to judge, to belittle, to control. Stoicism says, let go of what you can't control. Epictetus said, other people's opinions are not your burden. You can't change a critic's heart, but you can change how you respond. Next time they judge, pause. Ask, is this worth my energy or just noise? If it's noise, let it pass. Not to fight them, not to prove them wrong, but to protect your peace. Your peace is yours. Don't let them steal it. Today, critics are loud. That commenter online who trashes your post but offers nothing. That coworker who nitpicks your work but never steps up. Social media's their megaphone. They hide behind screens. They tear down. Stoicism says, don't plant seeds in toxic soil. Save your effort for those who build with you, who grow with you, who see your light and add to it. That's where your energy belongs. The sixth type, the narcissists. They're magnetic, charming. They draw you in, but it's always about them. Picture a boss. They call you into their office. I need your help on this. You're flattered. You dive in. You work late. You share ideas. The project shines. But when it's time for praise, they take it. All of it. Your name, nowhere. You try to speak up. They smile. We're a team, right? But it's their stage, always. Seneca said, true strength lies in lifting others, not standing above them. Narcissists don't lift. They climb. They use you, your time, your ideas, your heart. They don't see you as equal. They see you as a tool, a step, a way to shine brighter. When you help them, you're not building something together. You're building their throne. Why does this hurt? Because you give with trust. You give with hope. Hope that they'll see you, that they'll share the light. But narcissists don't share. They take. They demand. And when you're empty, they move on. You're left feeling used, invisible, like your effort was just fuel for their fire. Think of someone, maybe a friend. Every conversation is about them, their wins, their drama. You try to share. They change the subject. Or a client. They praise you when they need you. But when the work's done, you're forgotten. Each time you help, you're not connecting. You're feeding their ego, and it's never enough. Stoicism says, focus on what's yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote, don't waste your time on those who don't deserve it. You can't change a narcissist's heart, but you can change where you place yours. Next time they ask, pause. Ask, am I feeding their ego or fostering growth? If it's the first, step back, not to reject them, but to reclaim your worth. Your worth is not their mirror, it's yours. In our world, narcissists shine. That influencer who begs for your collab, then takes the spotlight. That coworker who uses your ideas, then calls them theirs. Social media's their kingdom. They post, they preen, they demand. Stoicism says, don't bow to their crown. Save your light for those who share it, who see you, who grow beside you. That's where your heart belongs. The seventh type, the opportunists. They're not loud, they're not cruel, they're just there, when it suits them. Imagine a friend, you haven't heard from them in months. Then, a text. Hey, can you hook me up with a job? No, how are you? No catch up, just a need. You help, you make calls, you vouch for them. They get the job. And then silence, until the next favor. You feel it, that quiet betrayal. Not because you want thanks, but because you thought it was more. Epictetus said, give to those who value the gift, not those who demand it. Opportunists don't value, they calculate, they see you as a resource, a connection, a step. They don't care about you, they care about what you can do. When you help them, you're not building trust, you're building their ladder, and once they climb, you're forgotten. Why does this drain you? Because connection matters. When you help, you're giving a piece of yourself, your network, your reputation, your time. But the opportunist doesn't see that. They see an opening, a chance, and when it's gone, so are they. You're left with less trust, less energy, less faith in others. Think about it, maybe a colleague. They ask for your notes, your contacts, you share. They get the promotion. They don't even nod your way. Or a follower online. They DM you for advice. You reply, they vanish. Each time you help, you're not lifting them up. You're giving them a free ride. And they'll keep riding, as long as you let them. Stoicism says, be fair, but be wise. Seneca said, kindness is a gift, not a debt. You can't stop their opportunism, but you can stop enabling it. Next time they ask, pause. Ask, is this mutual or am I being used? If it's the second, step back, not to shut them out, but to protect your balance. Your balance is yours. Don't let them tip it. Today, opportunists are everywhere. That LinkedIn contact who only messages when they need something. That friend who shows up for your success but not your struggles. Social media's their map. They navigate. They take. Stoicism says, don't pave their road. Save your effort for those who walk with you, who share the load, who stay. That's where your trust belongs. The eighth type, the envious, they're quiet, but their words cut. They don't cheer for you, they compare. Imagine a peer, you share good news. I got a new gig. You're excited. They smile, but it's tight. Must be nice, they say. Or, how'd you pull that off? Not a question, a jab. You feel it, that sting. Not because they're mean, but because your joy made them smaller. Marcus Aurelius said, don't let others' bitterness disturb your calm. The envious don't hate you. They hate themselves. Your success, your step forward, it's a mirror. It shows them what they're not. So they push back, not with fists, with words, with doubt. When you help them, you think you're lifting them, but you're not. You're giving them a chance to pull you down. Why does this hurt? Because you want to share your wins, your light. You want them to shine too. But the envious don't want your help. They want your place. They see your kindness as a threat. a reminder of what they lack. Each time you help, you're not building them up, you're giving them a knife, and they'll use it to cut you smaller. Think of someone, maybe a friend. You post about a project, they comment, "Looks okay." Not praise, not support, just shade. Or a coworker. You get a raise, they whisper, "They must have needed someone." Each time you help, you're not connecting. You're exposing yourself to their resentment, to their bitterness. Stoicism says, protect your peace. Epictetus said, you can't control their heart, but you can control yours. You can't stop their envy, but you can stop carrying it. Next time their words sting, pause. Ask, is their envy my burden to carry? If it's not, let it go. Not to reject them, but to save your light. Your light is yours. Don't let it dim. In our world, envy hides. That follower who likes your posts, but never your wins. That colleague who smiles, but whispers behind you. Social media's their mask. They watch, they compare, they cut. Stoicism says, don't water a plant that poisons you. Save your kindness for those who grow with you, who cheer for you, who shine beside you. That's where your joy belongs. You've made it to the end. Take a breath. Feel that quiet, that space. Life is loud. It pulls. It demands. But you don't have to answer every call. Picture your life like a garden. Your energy is water. You can pour it out. But not every seed will grow. Some soil is barren. Some plants take and give nothing back. Choose where to pour, not out of anger, not out of coldness, but out of wisdom. Stoicism isn't about closing your heart. It's about opening your eyes, seeing who lifts you, who drains you, who grows with you, and who holds you back. Your time is finite. Your peace is precious. Guard them, not to push others away, but to pull yourself closer. Closer to calm, closer to clarity, closer to you. Tomorrow, when the noise returns, when the texts pile up, when the world asks for more, come back. Let this be your anchor, your pause, your peace. No lessons, no rules, just a quiet reminder. Choose where your kindness lands. Choose who gets your light, and choose yourself every time. If this gave you a moment to breathe, share it. Not for us, but for someone else who's searching for calm. A friend, a stranger, anyone who needs this pause. Let's make the world a little quieter together.